Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is One of One, but you can call me Seven. This is a sad situation. Okabe just got absolutely destroyed on the street. A bunch of guys just showed up, like cornered him and Faris and just beat the ever-living crap out of him. Found out that Faris can, in fact, read minds. I guess it's her intuition, is what she said. And the D-mail that he has to reverse is the one where, or rather the content of the D-mail is that he's gonna have to stop Faris from saving her dad. He's going to have to let Faris's father die. The very same man who has currently saved him from getting all of his bones broken on the street with nobody there to help them. This is his limousine, and he's the one who helped them, and now he's still gonna have to stop him. For what? To save Mighty? I don't know. We're on our way to Faris's ending. Let's move. We're inside the limousine. My head is resting on Faris's lap. Every inch of my body feels like it's on fire, and at the same time, there's a terrible cold in my bones. I can barely hear. My ears are ringing. The urge to vomit has receded, at least. It really messed me up. According to Faris's dad, he was racing to UPX to congratulate Faris when he saw us. A fortunate coincidence, indeed. Is this also the choice of Steins Gate? I really need to thank you, Okabe-kun. Thank you for protecting my daughter. Protecting? I'm no hero. If I had the strength, I would prostrate myself right now before this man. I wasn't able to do anything against those guys. I was pathetic. Absolutely not. You saved my daughter's life. He shakes my hand firmly in gratitude. Oh, Papa, I thought I told you not to push yourself since you've got important work to do. You should listen to me. Faris looks happy as she says that. However, I recall what Faris told me in the ramen shop. The wish Faris made was to save Papa, who died 10 years ago. If that's true, then to return to the original world line, I have to erase her father, to kill him, essentially. I always keep my promises to you, Rumiho. I made that decision long ago. The limousine soon reaches Faris's home. So you're looking for an IBM 5100? That's right. I heard you were an enthusiastic retro PC collector. Do you know anything about it? I end up eating dinner at Faris's apartment. Faris's father was extremely grateful to me and invited me up. I would have been okay with just borrowing the shower, but he even prepared a change of clothes for me. And he even told me I could stay since it's still too dangerous to go outside. During the meal, I try asking about the IBM 5100, ignoring the pain I still feel throughout my body. I wouldn't be surprised if they really, messed him up. It's quite unusual for a man your age to know about the IBM 5100. He smiles when I bring up his hobby of collecting old PCs. I did have one. I gave it away, though. You gave it away? Yes, I had a compelling reason. He glances at his daughter. Faris keeps eating her meal silently. Did you donate it to Yanabayashi Shrine? To a shrine? No. No? All the strength drains from my body. Were my efforts for nothing? I don't think Hashida-san, who entrusted the IBM 5100 to me, could ever forgive me for what I did. As in Hashida Suzu? Faris's dad nods. Suzu has pseudonym. My pulse rises instantly upon hearing that name. She did it. She found an IBM 5100. She brought it to Akiba. She completed her mission. Tears well up in my eyes. I bite them back. This is an old story. A story from before my company got as big as it is. Rumiho was kidnapped. The kidnapper demanded an unthinkable ransom. Maybe I should have mortgaged the company instead. But at that moment, someone appeared like a godsend, offering a large sum of money to buy my IBM 5100. I sold it, which gave me enough to prepare Rumiho's ransom. I see. So that's why Faris had that reaction when we were in the back of the ramen shop, or above the ramen shop. For some reason, Faris's face turns red with embarrassment. If I had to say, her dad seems really happy to tell this story. Not something you'd expect from a kidnapping story. So who was the buyer? A French businessman, I believe. I think I still have his contact information. Would you like it? CERN, perhaps? I politely decline the offer. There's no way the IBM 5100 will arrive from France in time, and I doubt we could afford to pay for it anyway. Plus, there's a high possibility the buyer's related to CERN or to the Rounders. I clench my fist, then open it again. Why won't you return to me, IBM 5100? Ah, sheesh. It's well past midnight, and I'm still awake. My body hurts too much to sleep. And then there's the question eating at my mind. What should I do? How can I cancel the D-mail that saved Faris's father? My encounter with the man himself has given birth to unnecessary internal conflict. I'm about to steal Faris's father away from her. I need to do it to save Mayuri. But does that give me the right to play God? Is it Faris? I hear a knock, and then the door opens. Hey, man. Oh, Faris, still awake? May I come in? Normally, Faris would have added nya to the end of that question. Without waiting for my answer, Faris steps inside. Then she sits next to me on the bed. Are we just... Yeah. She's not wearing her cat ears. Oh, it's a weird look for her, not gonna lie. It's actually rather odd to see her without the cat ears. Alright. Thanks. For earlier. When the viral gang started chasing me, I was really scared. Does she have a fever or something? Why is she talking normally? She usually pretends to be a cat girl. Does this mean she's not using her Faris persona right now? Is this the real Akiha Rumiho? It's actually refreshing to hear Faris talk normally like this. Me too, man. It excites me for some reason, like she's showing me a side of herself that no one has ever seen. That was the first time I ever felt such black emotion from a huge crowd of people. Those guys were obsessed with black. She slaps me on the knee lightly. Come on, I'm trying to be serious. What? Even her retort is normal. The person sitting in front of me isn't a cat-eared maid, and she isn't the Rhinet champion. She's just a normal girl. Does it still hurt? Her voice sounds different too, to be honest with you. No, I'm fine. I mean, Okabe-san. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there. I shiver just thinking about it. Don't correct yourself like that. Just call me what you usually do. Faris sighs. Anyway, Kyoma, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, honestly. Oh. This is sweet. You're my prince. What's with the fairy tale talk? She's giving me goosebumps. This guy... Yes, the classic, the ever constant and present coping mechanism. Hoin Kyoma. I am an insane mad scientist and... Whoa! Alright. I guess this is something like what I might have expected if this was, you know... I was thinking about it when, you know, it's nighttime, they're in their... I'm just gonna keep going. I kind of expected this, I'm not gonna lie. She wraps her arms around me tightly. I want you to call me Rumiho. No, Faris is Faris. Remember, this is bad. What should I do? What does Faris want? What does she want? What does that mean? I think it's time to end this? You went back in time and risked your life to save me. So I want to grant your wish too. But I swallow the rest of my words, but that means killing your dad, dude. I mean, essentially, you're not killing him. I mean, there's a lot of moral stuff that has to do with this. It's not worth discussing at the moment. My heart aches. It was like this with Suzuha, too. I erased everything that Suzuha had shared with us in 2010, including her memories of meeting her father. I did it for the sake of my personal goal, to save Mayuri. Must I once again sacrifice someone else's dream? Oh, God. No. It was on my 8th birthday. Still clinging to me, Faris looks down and begins her story. I wanted Papa to take a break from work so he could spend time with me. Papa's company wasn't as big back then, so he worked every day from morning to night. I never got to see him. The present I wanted most was for him to spend one whole day with me. And Papa promised. He promised he'd spend the entire day with me, no matter what. But something came up and he had to break his promise the day before. I was so afraid that Papa didn't really love me. So on my birthday, I ran away from home. I wanted to make Papa worry. Faris pauses here for a time, then she looks up at me and continues with tears in her eyes. Oh. The plane Papa was on made a bad landing. Only one person died in the accident, everyone else was unharmed. The one casualty was Papa. That was before the world line changed. I couldn't believe the world would be so cruel to me. I hate you, Papa. You should just die. Those were the last words I ever said to... Oh my good God. And that's how our relationship ended. Forever. I can hear the tears in her voice. I loved him, so why? Why did I say those things to him? I always felt guilty because of what I said. I always wished I could go back in time. Change what happened. Then, did fate guide us to each other? When I heard you talking about your time machine, I thought I was being given a chance. Yeah, man. That's enough for today. We don't have to do this. No, let me finish. Faris doesn't let go of me. She sniffles and wipes away her tears, putting on a smile. I'm okay now. Papa came to save me, so I know how much he really loves me. I really enjoyed having this time to spend with him. It was like a gift to us from heaven. But now you need to change... Oh my gosh. No, that's... No! There's this whole morality issue with whether or not we're actually killing him if we erase his existence by going back in time and undoing what Faris had done so that she could have her father back. But it's even worse. It's exponentially more heartbreaking when she acknowledges that she made a mistake, that it was rash, she was a kid. But she knows she loved her father, and now that she's had the opportunity to know for sure that her father loved her back, and that it wasn't her, it wasn't anything that she did, and that it was just bad luck, she's willing to go, she's saying out loud, not just to herself, but to someone else who has the power to affect change, that she's willing to go back to the way things were. Oh, chills. And that's incredibly, incredibly tragic. I love it, but that doesn't make it hurt any less. Crap. This sucks. I know I'm gonna get the choice, and I'm not gonna want to make it. But Mayoshi's a very important friend to me. If Mayoshi's in danger, I'll do anything to save her. I'm sorry. Weren't you listening? This current reality isn't reality at all, but rather a gift to my father and me. Or maybe I should call it a dream. Papa doesn't belong in this time. You're just turning things back to normal. Thank you for letting me have this dream, Kyoma. Are you really okay with that? Faris buries her face into my chest. Actually, I'm not okay at all. I remember how things were before the world changed. But I also remember how everything was after the world changed, you know? I'm actually kind of freaking out right now. What happened before the change and after the change are all mixed up inside me. I don't know which one is real anymore. But if I try to fight it, it'll just make you sad, won't it? I don't want to make you sad. You are my prince, after all. No, Okabe, you know how this goes, man. We could do something. There might be a world where you don't lose your dad and Mayuri doesn't die. If we try... It's okay. I've accepted it. I don't want to run away anymore. There's nothing I can say to that. You made the exact same decision, buddy. So instead, I tightly embrace her slender body. Thank you. Hey. Oh gosh. Oh no. Is it okay if I cry a little? Before we change things back, is it okay if I cry for Papa? She's already crying, but I don't say anything. Instead, I silently nod. Faris's body trembles with emotion as I hold her. Her father is sleeping in the room next door, so she probably doesn't want him to hear. She cries into my chest, muffling her sobs. Oh no. That was very sad. I loved it and I hated it at the same time. It's almost noon. I feel dizzy. It's like my brain is rusty. My whole body is heavy with fatigue. The pain from my wounds has subsided, thankfully, but in the end, I couldn't sleep a wink. Not after that conversation. I promised Faris that we'd commence the operation at noon. Until then, we wait at Faris's apartment. I've already contacted Daru and the others back at the lab. I told them we'd be performing an experiment today. Hey, Faris, you're back to normal. I can see the traces of tears on her face. The sight makes my heart ache. I'll go say my last... I'm laughing, but like, it's just because it's so like... It's so serious in a game that is not, like, you know, especially from Faris, who's always just this cat girl. But like, crap, man. This sucks. This is really, really upsetting. Her usual speaking habits returned the second she donned her cat ears. Is it a coping mechanism for her? Is this her hoin kyoma? Is this how she deals with it? What a nifty piece of equipment. Let me be alone with Papa for a while. Maybe I should say wait. Maybe I should say sorry. But I say nothing to Faris's back as she heads to her father's study. What's worse about this, or better, depending on how you look at it, is that Faris, who, again, supposedly has the ability to read minds or has phenomenal intuition to be able to see into people's souls. I mean, she was able to remember the email and the contents and the word line before it. She's going to be able to know what was, based off of what Okabe experienced. She's going to be able to remember the experience that he had and, by extension, remember the dream that she lived for years. I don't know if that's better or worse. I don't know if that's... I don't know. I don't even know if we're going to get a decision at this point. By the time Faris finishes her farewells with her father and comes out of the study, the phone waves settings are already complete. I contact Daru at the lab and make sure the Braun Tube Workshop's 42-inch CRT is turned on. Now all we have to do is send the D-mail. But I hesitate. Instead of meeting Faris's eyes, I look down at my feet. Eternal separation from her father. I wonder what Faris is thinking now. Don't be like that, Kyoma. You've done nothing wrong. But... no, it is her coping mechanism. It so is. It so is. Okay. I can't stay sad when Faris is trying to cheer me up. I steel myself for what I need to do. Yesterday, just before she left the room, Faris told me the contents of the first D-mail she sent. 100 mil for your kid. Take the train. That mail stopped her father from getting on the airplane. As a result, he didn't die. But that wasn't the only effect it had on the timeline. Her father needed to sell the IBN 5100 to prepare the 100 million yen ransom. As a result, Faris never donated the IBN 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine. With her father alive, Faris didn't participate in Akihabara city development conferences. Otaku-oriented businesses never took root in Akiba. May Queen Yanyan never opened. Faris wasn't as busy, which allowed her to join the Rhinet tournament circuit. In other words, this world line has... Wait. Wow, that sentence didn't make sense. In this world line, Faris has a normal life. On the world line I came from, Faris was not only a student, but also the heir to her father's company, an influential member of the Akihabara Development Board, and a part-time maid waitress. Which life is better for her? Which will give her greater happiness? That's not my decision, it's hers. And her decision is to return to the way things were. I'm just here to help her wake up from this dream. Faris has already entered the cancellation email. JK on ransom. I love you, Papa. See you soon. These are Faris's true last words to her father. When we change things back, will my memories of this world disappear? Of course not. You'll remember. You have memories from both worlds right now, don't you? Is that why you were so desperate to help Faris? That's... open to your interpretation. I feel my cheeks get warm, so I hang my head to hide my face. Doesn't want to... she doesn't want to forget her time with Kyoma. Thank you. I take Faris's phone. I'm sorry, Faris. I lied to you. When we change things back to the way they were, your memories of this world line will almost certainly disappear. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is where I should save, because this is where we will get a choice. This is where we get an opportunity to see different endings. And I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? Every single part of my being right now, and who I am as a person, we need to send this D-mail. This is pretty cut and dry to me. It is very clear. She knows that this is not the way things are meant to be. Who are we to say, right? Obviously, as onlookers, as members of the audience, and as people external to the story, it's really easy to say, oh, of course he shouldn't do that. Right? Like, she even told him, don't, like, we can go back to what's normal, to the way things were. But knowing who I am as a person, if I were literally in Okabe's position and this was a thing that was happening in real life, I don't know if I'd be able to just take that away from someone. This is someone's normal life. This is how things would have played out if Faris's life hadn't taken a tragic turn. Not necessarily for the worse, but you guys know what I mean. So, truly, we should send this email, and I want to send this email, but for the purposes of the fact that it is a game, and there are multiple endings, and, you know, in terms of the actual storytelling and the plot, I want to see everything, and I think you guys want to see everything too, and how everything will play out. I have been making saves. We will go back and forth, and reach the true ending, which obviously is the canon ending, I'm decently sure, and that, I imagine, will have a much greater payoff when we see all of the things that the other endings have to offer. I feel like, you know, I feel like it's going to be much more impactful. At least that's what I hope. People love this game, so people love this visual novel, and people love this story. So for now that I've made the save, I am not going to send the D-mail. Well, again, if they let me make the choice, but I'm pretty sure Okabe is about to say that he can't do it. Perhaps another miracle will happen and you'll regain your memories of this world line too, but I can't be sure. There are no guarantees. And so I will engrave these memories onto my heart. The memory of Faris, the Rhinet champion. The memory of her father, who gave thanks to a stranger like me for protecting his daughter. I will carry them for you. Always. It must be done. For Maeri's sake, I must erase Faris's memories just as I did Suzuha's. There's no other way. I give Faris back her phone. No. Yeah, okay, there we go. There it is. I thought, yeah. I thought that maybe he was gonna have her send it. But yeah, we did get the choice here. I won't let this dream end yet. Don't jump to conclusions. We should explore other methods. After all, her father's life hangs in the balance. Let's try another way. I can't kill your dad. Oh. Faris led you astray. No, it's okay. This is my decision. I don't have what it takes to be a god. That burden is too much for me to bear. Faris' father is still at home. Whew, so we go to the UPX cafe to talk. Faris orders a sandwich. Do you have something in mind? It's a gamble. We can change the contents of the D-mail you sent. We're not going to cancel the first prank mail? Exactly. I win as long as I get back the IBN 5100. Your father doesn't need to die. Right as I say that, the employee comes to us with a sandwich and drinks. Now I'm very curious to see how they're going to end this game. This portion of the game anyway. She looks startled. We're talking about a game. The employee forces a smile at my lame excuse, then heads back inside. I turn back to Faris. I think we should send a email that says something like, give the IBN 5100 to Okabe Rintaro. I think 10 years is about the limit of how far back we can send emails. Phone mail didn't become widespread until then. Lugoko's mom's pager was a special case, but even that was still limited to the 1990s. So I don't think we can do anything fancy like tell Faris' dad to start stockpiling IBN 5100s in 1975. But you know, back then Papa's company was down and he didn't have much capital. I doubt you could say anything to stop him from selling the IBN 5100 if he needed money to save me. Faris frowns and takes a bite of her egg sandwich. That depends on what we send. If we make it seem like it came from the kidnappers, then your father has to find another way. He's a retro PC collector, so we should have plenty of other PCs he could sell, right? he wouldn't get enough money with those. Back then, the IBN 5100 was the only one people would pay through the nose for. Then this is something only you can pull off. I'll say it again. This is only a bet. A bet to escape the responsibilities of a god. Oh, it's taking all of that on your shoulders. No, it is. It's so much. For Okabe to take on both Suzuha's dreams and Suzuha's memories, and the memory of her and the time that they spent together, and now Faris's too, and I have a feeling he's going to need to keep doing that with all of the characters and all of the endings. But that's tough. How will the world line change? What will that new world line bring? I don't have the answers. It may become a world where neither Mairi nor your father can be saved, but it could also be one where both can. There's no way to be sure, but I can't leave things the way they are. I can't let Mairi die, and I can't let your dad die. A gamble. All or nothing. Is Faris alright with that? 2 lives hang in the balance. I don't want to be making decisions that affect whether people live or die, but I can't think of any alternative. If that's your decision, then it's okay with me. Really? I know that you're trying to save Papa, and I'm really grateful for that. I think, you really gotta say something like that? You really gotta say something like that, man? Come on. Don't tease me like that. Yeah. All right. So this is so we had Suzuha, and like that was less romantic, romantically inclined, blah blah blah. There were overtones, but this is like full on. Sure. Does Kyoma hate girls like me? She stares into my eyes, saying nothing. No wonder you're Maid Queen's #1 maid. You know how to flatter your customers. Oh, I don't like it when Kyoma dodges the question. Now she makes a sad face and drops her shoulders. Don't tell me that was a real confession of love to me. Sure, Faris is cute. I don't have as much trouble dealing with her as I used to. I could certainly get used to the idea of being with a girl like her. I am a man after all. Yeah, sure, man. Whatever. But this is no time for romance. I'm glad you've got your priorities straight. Let's do this together. It'll come out all right. Trust me. I guess you're never gonna answer me. Yeah. Faris looks a little sad, but after a deep breath, she smiles again. I'm with you, Kyoma. Let's send that email. We have our plan. Will the dice come up odd or even? Not even God knows. I mean, this feels kind of intense. I take Faris with me to the lab, and Daru weeps tears of joy at her safety. Mighty jumps on her with a hug. Kurisu keeps reading, her expression aloof. I tell the 3 of them I'll explain later, though I don't know if I'll get the opportunity since we're changing the past, and head with Faris straight to the development room. Faris has already written the email. The root of the problem is her fake ransom demand, which caused her father to sell his IBN 5100. This is a second threatening email written to prevent that. Its time of arrival is 1 hour after the first email. I set the timer and exchange glances with Faris. There's no turning back. I hope I still remember you after the world line changes. Even that is no guarantee. This isn't like Suzuha's case, where I returned the warped world line back to normal. We're warping it even more. I wouldn't be surprised if there were changes more drastic than the elimination of Moe from Akiba. Even if you forget, I'll remember. I hate that she said I want ya. I want to hold hands. I take Faris' hand, then activate the microwave. Go for it, Faris. Okay. There we go. Oh no. Oh god. Divergence went way back. That's not good. We're trying to get to 0.9 and then eventually over into 1. This looks like Moe. Huh? The summer sun fills my distorted vision. Next comes the noise of Akiba, the voices of the crowd, and the theme songs of electronic shops. This is teleportation. I realize I'm standing on Chuodori, right in front of Animate. Animate? The anime shop? I scan the street. All the Moe stores are back. The world line must have changed. That's evident from the fact that reading Steiner kicked in. Faris, however, is nowhere to be seen, even though we were standing right next to each other just a moment ago, hand in hand. She disappeared. Did her very existence disappear? No, that's absurd. I refuse to accept that. So did our plan work, or are things even worse now? I need to explore this new world line. I head to the Tennoji residence and find Nai there, home alone. I managed to convince her to let me in. The divergence meter is there as expected. What? The first digit is blank. It now reads 0.275349. Is it broken, or is there a reason for the missing digit? Wait, is it normally... I can't tell. Anyway, I better make a note of this number on my phone. Oh, actually, yeah, normally it's a 0 point, right? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. When I checked the divergence meter after erasing our memories of Suzuha, the number was above 0.4. The current number is significantly lower now. But the bigger question is that missing first digit. Who are you? What do you want? Nai peeks at me from behind the sliding door. She's acting even more afraid than usual. I don't want her to tattle on me to her dad. I'd better calm her down somehow. Sorry for the sudden visit. I'm done. By the way, your old man's the one who showed me how to get here. That doesn't seem to allay her nervousness much, and she still doesn't come any closer. Who are you? Please get out. If you don't, I'll call the police, and my daddy's really, really strong. Yeah. What's going on here? Who am I? Come on. We've met any number of times. I rent out the second floor of your old man's shop, remember? Whoa, now hold on a second. What the hell? I'm not gonna touch you, okay? You really don't remember me? Nai shakes her head frantically. We've never met? She nods. Oh, sorry about that. I'm friends with your old man. I'm done here, so I'll be going now. My thoughts are jumbled, but I force a smile to hide my confusion and leave the Tennoji residence behind. What the hell happened? Something like this was bound to happen. It's a small comfort, but I knew the risks when I chose this path. Given that canceling the Suzuha email only changed divergence by 0.07, a change of 0.2 likely means a dramatic shift in the world line, at least from my perspective. It's entirely possible that past events on this world line, my relationships included, are very different from what I remember. As proof, with the sole exception of Faris, all contacts have disappeared from my phone. That's nothing but pure horror to me. To say Mighty and Faris' father, we warped the fabric of time even more than it had been warped already. To lose everyone other than Faris, that would be unbearable. That can't have happened. They can't have disappeared. I'm sure they still exist. My phone is just broken, is all. Yeah, that's probably it. I knew this might happen. I accepted the risks. But at the same time, I don't want my relationships with my friends to change. I hold that desperate wish in my mind. Mighty, Dadu, and Kurisu should be in the lab like usual. Once I get there, Mighty will greet me cheerfully, right? I climb the stairs to the second floor, praying that everything will be all right. And there, I realized that my prayers were for naught. The second floor is vacant, and of course the time leap machine is nowhere to be found. So this is bad. This is very not good, and this is definitely not what I expected in the slightest. This is scary. I don't like this. Still in a daze, I wandered to the maid cafe in search of a familiar face. It feels like 10 years since I last saw that cat logo. I take a deep breath and open the door. Okay, well, they're here. I feel indescribable relief when I see the two girls standing there. They didn't disappear. They still work here, just as I remember. But they don't know. Mighty smiles at me and strikes a cat-like pose. You're Faris-chan's dual partner, aren't you? She turns to Faris. Did you tell him Mayashi's real name? Oh my god. I don't remember telling him. But you do call yourself Mayashi, so maybe he guessed. This feeling. Something is very wrong. Faris brings her mouth close to my ear. Thanks for coming, but please don't act like my boyfriend in front of the customer. Okay. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh, this is wrong. Your boyfriend? Dummy, you can't use that word. We can sweet talk all we want after work's over, so control yourself until that. Wow. Wow. Oh, I see. You get it. Yeah, you're one. Okay. Come on, Faris-chan, you can't flirt with him here. All the customers are gonna get angry. I didn't know such thing. You remember Dadu and Kurisu? Oh my god. Dadu, Kurisu, who? The coldness in the pit of my stomach returns. There's something odd about how Mighty and Faris are acting. Does this mean my relationship with them has changed as well? Where's our laboratory? Love Hotel? No. What the hell? Faris grabs me by the ear. Ow, ow, what are you doing? What's this about? Don't tell me you made plans to be Maishi at a No, homie, that's not it. Yeah, don't mix them up. No, laboratory. As in the future gadget laboratory. You remember, don't you, Mighty? The future gadget laboratory. Maishi doesn't know what that is. Sorry, she doesn't remember. It can't be. Anyway, why do you keep talking to Maishi? Yeah, you're trying to flirt right in front of your girlfriend? Girlfriend? Faris? Whose? He's so confused. Mine? If that's how you're gonna be, then I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Yeah, wow. Right, sorry, I apologize and ask to be seated, and inside I find Daru sitting at a table for two. He's fidgeting for some reason. Why is he staring at me like that? Daru, there you are. I sit in front of Daru and let out a sigh of relief. I drink my water in one gulp. I was really thirsty. Daru doesn't try to hide his displeasure. Oh my god. What? I've seen you somewhere before. Where was it? Anyway, you're being way too familiar with Faris. Whoa, Daru, just what are you? I shut up as soon as I start talking. Given how Maedi and Faris are acting, it's entirely possible that my relationship with Daru has changed too. Better make sure. Have we met before? Of course not. This is your first time here, right? As a regular customer, I make sure to remember the other customers' faces. No, I'm pretty sure I count as a regular here. This taste is the taste of a liar. How can you tell without it? Whoa, what? Anyway, answer me. What's your relationship to Faris? I'm not direct enough? Fine. Question 1. What is your name? Why do I have to be cross-examined by Daru? It's unpleasant, but I also don't want to anger him anymore, so I'll answer honestly. The question is which name to use. Okay. Hoin Kyoma. Daru suddenly bends forward. His attitude changes completely this. He grabs my hand, suddenly happy to see me. What do you mean? Oh, Faris-tan's dual partner. It's an honor to meet you. I'm a big fan of you and Faris-tan. I saw you that last semifinal. He shakes my hand forcefully. His hand is all sweaty. Hey, wait, Daru? Daru, how do you know my nickname? Well, the pieces are starting to fall into place. The lab is gone. Maedi and Daru don't know me. We haven't met. We're not friends. We're nothing. I see. All the time we spent together is gone. Every moment, every memory. Is this the price I have to pay? Is it my destiny to live in a world where even my best friends don't know me? Man, tomorrow's the finals, huh? Beat the shit out of those viral attackers for me. The finals viral attackers? That means it's about Rhinet Axis battlers. Am I participating as Faris' partner? But I thought the finals finished yesterday. So on this world line, it's tomorrow. I'll ask Faris later. For some reason, it looks like I'm her partner and her boyfriend. But I can deal with that later. Right now, there's one more thing I need to know. Hey, do you know someone named Makise Kurisu? Oh yeah, she's that genius girl whose thesis got published in that big academic journal, right? Have you met her? She gave a lecture at ATF a couple weeks back. I saw it. She was pretty cute. Why do you ask? Just wondering. It was obvious. If the lab doesn't exist, then how could I have met Kurisu? I go limp in my chair. What about the bet I made? The bet to save Maedi? Did I win or lose? I should know by tonight. If things go as scheduled, Maedi will die. Was it right to change the world line? And is Faris' father still alive? If we say both of them, then I can accept the loss of my friends as the price. Wow. Wow. All of that character development, those memories, that time they spent together, everything, all of it, all that they went through, the bonds that they forged. He's willing to sacrifice it all if it can all be okay. Holy crap. I have no words to say other than holy crap. There needs to be a much bigger discussion than this. Like, I can't just get it all out there in one sitting when I'm in the middle of playing the actual game. Like, this feels like video essay material. I'm not making any promises. This is a long game and there's lots of text and I'd have to peruse a lot and take a lot of different screen grabs and stuff like that. But, you know, this is still amazing. I think this is wonderful character development for Okabe. He's capable of so many different things. Faris stops drinking her iced milk tea and looks at me with furrowed eyebrows. He went to work today. What about him? So your dad is still alive? Of course he is. Why would you ask something like that? You've been acting weird today. What's wrong? Nothing. I see Faris' dad is still alive, thank goodness. Now all that remains is to learn Maedi's fate. Will she die or will she live? The answer will determine if all of this has been worth it. Is it true that you and I are a couple? Faris' face freezes. Her lips start to tremble. Don't tell me Kyoma was only playing with... Oh my god, no. No, it's true. No, it's true. I see that Faris is as melodramatic as ever. Smiling wryly, I slump down in my chair and look up at the sky. I feel an emptiness filling my heart. So that's how it is. The world line has changed, and the only one out of place is me. I feel so alone. My friends don't know me anymore. Maedi isn't even my childhood friend. That didn't happen in this timeline. Mighty is no longer my hostage. I was willing to do anything to save her, even sacrifice the time Suzuha spent with us. And yet, no. Think positive. Now that Mighty's a stranger, there's no reason for her to die. Just think of it this way. I sacrificed our memories in order to save Mighty. That does little to alleviate the sadness. What's with this Chunibyo Ada? This Chunibyo aura. Oh my god. We're in the middle of an important conversation. Hey Faris, it looks like I have amnesia now. It's not a lie. I have no memories of this world line. That's the world-famous mad scientist for you. Did the organization land a headshot and make you lose your memories? Kyoma knew about the location of the stolen nuclear... And the organization desperately tried to take back those memories. Faris frowns and leans forward and stares straight into my eyes. Is she trying to use her power, Cheshire Break, was it, to see into my mind? No way. Faris quickly turns pale. Really? Yeah. So that's why you've been acting strange. This is terrible. Since when? What happened? The world line changed. Not like you'd understand what that means. I'd call myself a space-time castaway. That's a really good way to put it, actually. Adrift and alone. Yeah. He is adrift and alone in this bit of space-time all by himself. Not one word I've said is a lie. You of all people should know. Right? Well, yes, but... Please, tell me about our relationship. Tell me who I am. You really don't remember? Faris is moved to tears, then she firmly clasps my hand. Faris and Kyoma met at a Rainet tournament. It was at a small shop in Akiba, but as our life or death struggle unfolded, we understood each other's hearts. I played Rainet? And we hit it off, and Faris and Kyoma became partners. We were a perfect match and kept advancing even to the Grand Championships, hardly losing a single match. Then Faris starts fidgeting. She blushes a little and looks at me sidelong. And then, as we fought side by side, Faris started to want to know more about you, Kyoma. I couldn't stop thinking about you. That's when Faris began to fall in love with Kyoma. I wanted to be together as partners, not only in Rainet, but in private too. So after we won that last semifinal, I made up my mind and confessed. And when Kyoma said he loved me too, we shared a sweet kiss and officially became lovers. Nice. Does that make me normal? Was I really that good with women? By the way, Faris and Kyoma live together. Whoa. What? Living together already when we only just started going out? You really are a filthy normal, current world line me. Faris answers with a wry smile. Good lord, this is moving fast. Though, to be fair, he doesn't know what's going on. This has been years in the making. Kyoma's just staying over for summer break while we prepare for the Rainet Championship. You remember yet? I shake my head. It's fundamentally impossible for me to remember the events of this world line. I didn't forget those memories. I never had them in the first place. Faris, I have a favor to ask. I'll do anything if it helps you remember. No, it's not about my memories. It's about Mighty. Come to think of it, you were awfully chatty with her. Tonight around 8 p.m. Mighty might die. Can you keep an eye on her? But you gotta be joking this time. I gazed straight into Faris' eyes. I'm telling the truth. She might die or she might not. I'd say it's 50-50. You don't have to do anything. Just keep an eye on her and tell me what happens. Can you do that? I don't understand, yeah. But Faris clasps my hand again. Tightly, very tightly. I can feel her warmth emanating through her palms. But Faris loves Kyoma. I love you a lot. Sweet. So I trust you. I trust you. Thank you. Faris is the only one I can rely on now. It's because you don't know anybody, man. I keep staring at the clock on the wall. I was told to wait at Faris' place, so I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I haven't heard from her since she told me she was going to karaoke with Mayuri. Several hours have passed since Mayuri's scheduled time of death. Faris hasn't contacted me yet, which I guess means that nothing's happened. I wish I could know for sure. If Mighty were to die now, it would mean that I have failed utterly. I have no way to return to my original world line. I have no way to change the past again. The lab doesn't exist, and neither does the phone wave. I can't even send a D-mail, to say nothing of leap through time. Okabe-kun. Faris' parents make an appearance. Oh, whoa, mother and father? Come to think of it, this is the first time I've met Faris' mom. She seems like an elegant lady. Is Rumiho still working? No, she went out with a friend from work. Faris' dad is alive. I learned that fact from Faris earlier, but it's really good to see him in the flesh. At the very least, I didn't have to kill this man. I see. It's not good for a high school student to be out this late. You need to warn her, Okabe-kun. Understood. Sorry I have such a troublesome daughter. I hope she's not too hard to deal with. I want you to know I have great respect for you. Thank you very much. I can't believe I've done anything to warrant that sort of praise. Sorry about this, but my wife and I have to fly overseas for a business trip. At this hour? Kuroki will be here, so just ask him if you need anything. Well, then we're off. Take care. Once the parents leave, I drop onto the sofa, relieved. He's a really nice guy. He just is. He's just a nice dude. I'm glad I was able to save his life, if nothing else. There she is. Tadaimanya. Faris returns right after her parents leave. That was fun. Faris, why didn't you contact me? What happened to Mighty? There's concern in my voice, though I can tell from her expression that everything is okay. I won the bet. Nothing happened to Mayashi-mian. We sang anime songs for about 2 hours and then I took her home. That sounds like a good time. Anime songs for 2 hours? That sounds like fun. Dang. Sure, I guess, man, you did win the bet, didn't you? You won the gamble. I was such a gentleman, yeah. I think I might have raised some Yuri. Oh my god. I see. Mighty is still alive, so is Faris' dad. I have lost much, but as long as they're safe, I can accept my fate. I don't know what will happen to Suzuha's dream for the future, but there's nothing I can do about that now. Everything is fine. This world line is my home now. I'm going to make a life here. I no longer have the lab or my friends, but I do have Faris. I'm not alone. I'm so relieved to have finally achieved my goals that my body's fatigue catches up with me all at once. I slide down on the sofa and close my eyes. Are you going to sleep? Yeah, just let me rest a bit. I have plenty of time to think about the future. After all, I have nothing left to fear. Oh, are you guys playing a game? Yeah, I guess they are playing right now, huh? What you do is up to you. Wait, there's no problem. There's no problem my mighty brain cells can't handle, but no matter how hard I try, I simply can't visualize Faris' piece placement. I'm still a newbie at this game. I barely know the rules. The finals are tomorrow. Today, actually. There's no way I can defeat the viral attackers like this, but since I'm Faris' partner, I have no choice but to participate. That's why we've been training all night. Alright, after careful consideration, I use Virus Checker. Nice try, but Faris has plans and backup plans to counter you. Now Kiyoma's service fully exposed, I use his terminal card to pounce on you. This game is only about 10% luck. The rest depends entirely upon the Rhinetter's strategy and ability. And Faris has the power to read people's minds or emotions, at least. So it's easy for her to see through my plays. Her power is truly overwhelming. She tears apart my carefully thought out plan, defeating me easily. That's 19 losses out of 19 matches. God, it makes me feel like me playing certain... There are certain board games that I play with my girlfriend that make me feel like this. I'm a disgrace to mad scientists everywhere. I was able to learn the rules with these 19 matches, but I'm still nowhere near tournament level as a player. Was I really on the same caliber as Faris on this world line? I suddenly see a frown spread upon Faris' face. You really did forget Rhinet's Art of War. It didn't feel like Kyoma lost his memories for real until now. I didn't think you'd be this poopy. Well, excuse me for being poopy. Did Kyoma forget everything about Faris too? Not everything, I just don't have a single memory of us as a couple. Oh, that's really sad. That would be a lot to handle. Now she's on the verge of tears. That means you don't love me anymore. Then there's only one thing to do. Faris suddenly stands up with both fists clenched. I'll make you... Wow! That is a sentence. Good lord. When I look down, she's pressing her face against my chest, muffling her sobs. Sure. You're not remembering hurts, or you not remembering hurts so much. The person I knew became someone I don't know. I can remember things we did together from before, but you have no recollection. I can't bring those memories back. It hurts so much, I wish I'd lost my memories too. Faris' words hit me like a blow. I feel exactly the same way. The Faris I knew is gone forever. So are Maeri, Daru, and Kurisu. This world line closely resembles mine. Nothing is missing. But everything has changed. My memories seem real, and I know that they are. But with no one else to share them, they might as well be a dream. I'm all alone in this world. Alienated. Isolated. My friends will never remember me. The events in my memories never happened. But this... I gently embrace Faris' small head. This is my choice. Your choice? Yeah. The path I chose so that neither Maeri nor Faris' dad would die. I won the bet. So in return, I have to live with this loneliness, this isolation. Nothing is free. Everything has a price. I sacrifice Suzuha's memories to save Maeri. That's what Suzuha wanted. It's only fair that I give up something myself. So I'm okay with this, because objectively speaking, I reached my goal. I'm okay. I'm glad I have you, Faris. I want you to know that. Mighty and Dado are strangers now. Kurisu has probably returned to America. Without Faris, without her affection, I don't know what I would have done. I don't remember falling in love, but I'm glad that we did. Faris lifts her face. You're the only person who knows me here, Faris. As long as we're together, everything will be fine. I hope you'll stay with me even now. I probably won't get my memories back, but I want to fall in love with you all over again. Wow, that's really sweet and romantic. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Back to Rumiho mode. And then she's just gonna be normal herself. Well, I guess this is our CG for this ending, where Faris is not Faris, she's Rumiho, and she's gonna be like herself. And we're gonna make a life with, well, Okabe is gonna make a life with her, I guess. Let's finish it out. Let's get to the credits. This is the second time she's asked me that. Will you call me Rumiho? I was too self-conscious to say it the first time, but now, ignoring my inner shyness, I say her name. Our faces draw close. There we go. Yep. That's this ending, huh? Her smile, her lingering tears, her everything is awfully cute. There you go. She said the same exact thing. You're my prince, you know. This is the second time she's told me that. I endure the tingling in my body. Is it okay if I still love you? Yeah. I can no longer return to my original world line. I don't intend to, either. Because I saved both Mighty and Faris' dad, I'll keep living on this world line, and Faris will be by my side. There we go. Cheers. Finals are about to begin. Of course, our opponents are the viral attackers. Faris' victory turned into a desperate chase through Akiba, but that's another thing that never happened. Normally, I would have refused to stand here. Since I didn't get my memories back, I could have stepped down, and the cheerful cat girl would have probably accepted and then proceeded to fight alone. But still, I'm standing here, even though I'm aware I'm a burden. Are you sure you'll be fine? I mean, hey. He did promise. He said that he would fall in love with you all over again. And that they would go through this together, and she's all he has. Truly, I answer her with a firm nod. I've decided. This is my home now. The story of Hoin Kyoma of Okabe Rintaro begins here anew. The first line on a blank page. I discard my feelings for the world line that never happened. I lock those memories deep in my heart. In order to live here from now on, I will become this world line's Okabe Rintaro. Besides, the viral attackers are a troublesome opponent, win or lose. I have to protect you from them. Faris' dad won't come in his limousine to save us this time. I'm the only one who can protect Faris now. Okay, there we go. No, this is our CG for this ending. There we go. This is our CG for Faris' ending. Nice. Faris turns to me, deeply moved, and holds out her hand. Together. He said the exact same thing to Suzuha. Faris' hand, my only connection to this world line. Oh. I gently take hold of it and squeeze. Credits? Guys, there we go. We've explored it. We've seen what Faris' ending has to offer. It was a lot. There's a lot that went on. There's a lot that happened. A lot to handle, really. It was sad and tragic and bittersweet and heart-wrenching, and that all of those things that I really like about, you know, dramatic stories. But there are a lot of things that we could say about it, about the way that Rumiho is, about the way that Okabe is, about the choices that were made. And I've already said a lot, as it were, about like when we were going to make the decision. This feels wrong, and it's not a satisfying ending. In fact, I'm rather unhappy with it. I like Faris as a character, and I think that she's sweet, but at the same time, she said she was ready to go. She acknowledged that it was not right, that this was not the natural way of things, the way that things should be. When you mess with time, it's the stereotype, but like that's kind of how it goes. She gave Okabe permission. She had that dream and she was going to take that with her. And yes, of course, there was no guarantee that she was going to remember, but she's got Cheshire Break, right? I feel like even though this is meant to be, it is an ending where he achieved his goal, it feels wrong. It doesn't feel like a bad ending, it just feels a little less than neutral. It doesn't feel good, that's for sure. I think that this was a fun way to write it out. I think this is a fun way to end the game. But I'm glad that we're not choosing this, that this isn't what, and I really, like, I feel like sending that D-mail instead of doing it for Faris and saving both Mairi and her dad sounds callous, but like, you know, that was the way to go, to send the D-mail. And so we will soon. We completed, I guess, yeah, he's isolated, and there we have it, back to the main menu. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. I definitely did. That was lovely. And I'm really excited to see who's next, what ending is going to happen next. So I'll see you guys in the next video. So for now, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye!